Hey man, hey listen, man. Hey listen, some of you want something different. Some of you want you desire for your life to be different. You desire for the outcomes that you're trying to work towards to be different. You want more out of your job. You want more out of life, right? Right? But you're not willing to do one thing, and that one thing you're not willing to do is create. Let me tell you something. Listen, ooh, hey, come on with me. Come on. It's your boy, I'm back and I'm fired up. I'm telling you today, when I got up out of the bed today, I sprung out of the bed. Like, hey, I'm a spring chicken. I'm out here, I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. And I want to tell you today, hey, you can have the same level of energy that I do. You can do the same things that I do, right? But you have to change and switch your mindset that does things different, right? And I'm always asking myself this question all the time, right? Why is it so difficult for people to buy in to a safe work program? Like, why do we still have the slips and the trips, right? And people putting themselves at risk of falling, and people entering into situations and taking on hazards that they have policy and procedure to mitigate. They have PPE, they have training, they have engineering at their side, right? And they're still willing, right, to accept that, right? And I'm always looking for the answers, because within those answers I can begin to develop, right? I could begin to develop the right curriculum that will be suitable, right, to correct those problems. And like, the one thing that I understand the most about why this situation is the way it is, come on with me, walk with me on this. Let's go. The one reason why I understand the way that it is the way it is, and why people are always willing to take an additional risk. They're not being sold on safe work execution, right? It's because they're not willing to create the environment. They're not willing to create the environment that it takes to execute safe work. They're not willing to create the environment. Come on, man. Listen. There was a time in my life, right, where I wanted something so bad, right? I mean, I had worked my whole life for it. I had struggled. I had went through the process of being overlooked, right? Playing the game of football growing up. And before I knew it, right, I had entered and made it to the collegiate level at a D1 program, right? At the highest level program that you can make it to in the NCAA. And as a result of that, I had found myself in the rotation all the way up to the point of being a starter, right? My last year of playing for this team, for this college that I went to, right? All right. And I remember I had got to a point because of the distractions that was happening at the time. It was some things that I didn't agree with that was going on with how I was being treated as a player, right? Things that I could have worked my way through, but in that moment, right, I saw fit, right, to start to slip on some of the things that I had worked so hard to get to that place. I had got in my mind that I no longer was that dream of going to the NFL something that was a priority for me. It was actually more important for me, right, to feed into the distractions that were trying to overtake me and get me out of the mindset of actually going and doing those things that I said that I was going to do, right? But I thank the Lord for grace and mercy, because I'm back at it again. Hey, I have to tell you right now, I'm back at it. This is my opportunity. This is the football that I was working for. This is the very thing that I'm coming today and showing up day in and day out, because I told my mother that I was going to do some things for her once I made it to the NFL. I told I have a wife now. I have children. I have grandchildren. I got people that are dependent on me to step up to the plate and to do those things that I have been called to do in this world. People that need a word that I can only speak to them, right? They need that prayer that I'm giving them on a daily basis. Come on with me, let's go. And because I know that, right, I can now walk in the creation of the atmosphere, but it was not always like that. I did not always create the atmosphere that was needed for me to execute at a high level. Like I was not willing to take certain steps and do certain things and see and work through certain challenges and distractions, right, and trials and tribulations and be joyous even though the situation tells me to be angry, right, or have peace even though the situation or circumstance tells me to be in an uproar and unrest, right? I was not willing to look at those things that are happening in the moment as something that's preparing me for something in the future. And because of that, my opportunity passed me by. Woo! But listen to me. As we look at why people are not willing to buy into the safe work execution of your organization, right? Like, I'm talking to you right now. I'm up in your grill right now. I'm talking to you. You're not willing to buy in to the safe work execution that's been set before you to the max. You're willing to take risks. You're willing to look over your shoulder to see if somebody's coming, right? So you can do something unsafe because you've been doing it for so long and nothing's ever happened, right? We've heard all that before. You're willing to do that, right? Because you have not yet created the atmosphere, right, that's needed for you to work safe. And as a result of that, right, the atmosphere that you want to create in your life, the things that you want to do, your vision, your dream, and your purpose, what you're working for every single day, you're not getting the outcomes that you need to get. You're not getting the things that you're working towards. You're not accomplishing what it is that you think that you ought to be accomplishing in life because you're not creating the atmosphere in one area of your life and it's spilling over into the other area of your life. You see, once I figured out that I needed to not only work towards something in one area or aspect of my life and that directly affected another area or aspect of my life, I began to spring forth like I'm a brand new person. I begin to work at a pace that nobody can stop me. I'm going faster than ever before. I'm going harder than ever before. I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm using every moment of my time, right, to be all that I can be. And because you're not willing to show up to your job every single day that you're in the season of right now, like you're in a place in your job that in your life where this is the season that you're in, and that if you're willing to put your safety at risk and do certain things, then you're willing to put that thing at risk at home that you've been trying to work towards. Like you've been trying to work on repairing and getting back to marital bliss because you and your spouse have had some things that y'all have bumped heads on. But you can't seem to get there because you can't create the atmosphere that's needed to be created. You can't put your own self aside. You can't look at what somebody else needs and what you have to support that person in because you want to be right and you want to be the one that wins every single argument. You can't create the atmosphere at home, with your children because you're not willing to step up to the plate and be all that it relies on you to be as that parent, as that adult that is bringing up a children in the world as it is today, in the season that it is. You'd rather come home and sit back and have your drinks and smoke your smoke and not be bothered with anybody. Come on. Can I get a witness? Listen, today has to be the day. You no longer accept the atmosphere that you've created that's lack. Like, stop cutting corners and feeding into the distractions. This supervisor doesn't like me. They won't give me the money that I feel like I need. Come on. My bonus wasn't sweet enough when it came. I'm not getting the opportunity that I feel like I should be getting. Stop looking past those things. Stop feeding into that. And let's go out and create the atmosphere that's necessary so that the people that's dependent on you can get the things that they need, right? Every time that you put yourself to the side and all the gripes and the things that you feel like are taking you away from what it is that you're trying to do, and you're able to set that aside or work through those things, right? You get one step closer to the door that's open for you to walk through so that your family and the people that's connected to you and those dreams and those visions and the things that you want to accomplish can become manifested in the earth realm. But it goes back to every day doing those things that you're supposed to do. Hold yourself accountable for what it is that you want. Create your own atmosphere. Stop accepting mediocrity. Stop accepting average. And come to work and execute at a high level, at a safe level. Do everything you're supposed to do. Because when you get to the place in life where you have your own business, right? When you have your own youth center, right? When you own your own deal, right? When you buy your house, you have to be honest and aware enough to do everything that's right and do it in a way that's necessary for that thing to be successful, or it's gonna fall through the cracks. You might hire somebody one day and you'll want them to buy into your vision and to your program, but because you have stepped on somebody else's, when you get your own, they're gonna have step on yours too. So today gotta be the day. Get fired up. Let's go. I'm up in your grill today because I'm telling you right now, you gotta create the atmosphere that you want. If you want buy-in from safety, if you want people to work safe, if you want to work safe yourself, like you sat down at the table, you signed up for the organization, you said, I will work safe. That is a condition of work. That means that you signed up to do something, but you're not willing to create the atmosphere. You got to create the atmosphere for that. Whatever it takes for you to get safety in your system, you got to get it. And I'm telling you, right now, when you have those moments in them situations where somebody calls you on the phone and they can't get advice from anybody else, they've been trying and looking, and they at their wits' end. They about ready to end it all, right? But they call you because you have something that you can say to them, right, that can give them some peace in their life. Why? Because you've been doing those extra things. You've been looking out for the ones that you attached to because you've been taking things serious. In safety, you've been taking things serious in other aspects of your life. Come with it today. Don't let yourself beat yourself because you're going to end up getting beat. Let's go. It's your boy, the umpire, right? Full of energy. Let's go. Full of energy. Legacy Economics Group. It's your boy, Aaron Mars, the umpire of safety, upholding the integrity of the workplace, upholding the integrity of life. Everything is connected. Let me tell you something. Create the atmosphere today. Create the atmosphere that you want. Don't lag on what it is and accept the outcomes that you've been getting. Let's go for the outcomes that you want. Your breakthrough is just a moment away. But if you start taking steps back because you're not taking it serious and you looking over your shoulder and you're not trying to be who it is that you're supposed to be and be accountable to what you signed up to do, you're not going to walk through a door. You're going to walk away from an opportunity. Let's get it. It's your boy, man. come holler at me. I got the solutions to change the culture within the human. Let's go.